Hi, Michael Jobling. I work for Evotec. Evotec US specifically, where I manage the US compound management and sample management infrastructure here. Evotec is providing true compound sample management services to, I think we've got sort of somewhere between 20 and 30 unique clients, mostly based out of our Brantford, Connecticut facility. But we do have a few other locations around the country as well to perform these services as well. And these services consist of everything from true archive sampling. We have one collection that's nearly 2 million unique containers purely as an archival purpose. They are sort of retrieved as needed, but it's not in a massively high throughput thing, to true high throughput compound management, liquid handling, solubilization, plating, delivering to third parties or back to the client ourselves. Really anything that you would expect a sample management facility, core facility in-house would be, is a service that we provide. It's just at a remote location for our clients. It really is to expedite their pipeline from early sort of hit identification work all the way through to IND processing. Now, as you get further down the pipeline, you don't need as much compound management services, handling as much. The throughput that we do is on the early stage, but with the ability to have traceability of samples and ownership of containers and compounds and so forth really allows companies to rely on us when they entrust us with the stability, the longevity, and the safety of these medchem compounds that really are going to drive their pipeline. And so working with Titian and using the Mosaic platform is something that really helps us there to really deliver one of those aspects. It's not the only informatics platform that we leverage, but it's a key one to help provide this support to the pharma industry. Before Evotec brought Mosaic in, at least in the US for the compound management facility, we had a lot of homegrown solutions to provide this informatics support that were necessary at the time, really before there was a true off-the-shelf model. And at the time when this was developed back in the first half of the 2000s, there were the need for just traceability of samples and relaying of information to third parties, so that data transfer. But combining efficiency and combining the robustness of how something like Mosaic works, and as well as the speed, is something that's come together over time, and we realized we needed that and we couldn't provide that ourselves. So when we did, I think Evotec first used Mosaic in the US in about 2013, I'm thinking. So we've seen it evolve over the time, and really it's been really good to see that Titian has listened to feedback from us when we have said we needed a little bit more of robustness when it comes to data exporting and integration with other LIMS systems, or evolution of how the system performs as collections grow or evolve. But it's important to us because we answer to our customers, basically. And that transparency when they give us a sample and they give us what we call the registration data that truly provides what is necessary, to when they get it out at the other end, they just want to see it works well and it works effectively. And that's been the key thing for us, is that we don't have to have multiple handoffs, multiple data exchanges, or multiple human checks. It's just it works and we know it will work. We do have a lot of processes that what we'll call pretty routine. And so we know that if there are changes to be made, or we only need to make a small sort of tweaks here and there. But there are times when we have to bring in a whole new set of automated processes, and being able to reach out to Titian and say, listen, here's what we've got in mind. We've developed the process. We can create a walkthrough or a diagram that says, here's the multitude of steps. What can you provide to us? Has definitely allowed us to say, yes, we can, or in some cases, no, we can't do this new process because of a certain limitation that we've discovered. Not necessarily in Mosaic, maybe one of our workflows, but we have been able to work through in that fluid motion to discover what we can and cannot do. So yes, I will say the flexibility has been great. There's always limitation, I think it's very easy to implement Mosaic on the outset to get you up and running and simply replace an old tired system that's getting in there. It is also easy to, as I said before, evolve the system so that it keeps up with your current workflows. But just like any informatic or IT system, if you're going to change from Windows 10 to Windows 12 or something, it's not a simple solution, but as long as there's the support to do that, I would say for the most part, Titian has definitely provided us the support to make those changes as we need them to be changed. And so working with a complex system is never the easiest thing, but it's as planned and it generally goes as it's described and we know the support's there. Basically, the support from Titian is, and I hate to say this is not jumping around, the support from Titian is absolutely acceptable. And quite honestly, that's what I need to know when I'm planning my resources. So as sample management evolves, the next steps of an informatic platform like Mosaic is really going to help us meet the market needs. And what we're really discovering is a lot of our clients who have their own LIMS platforms to manage their own data, they want to instantaneously tie it with the services that we provide at Evotec. And that is, can my system talk to Mosaic? And the answer for us is generally yes. We do that with quite a few clients now, whether or not it's their own instance of Mosaic or it's another platform that we can tie together. But that's the crucial thing. It's not so much the service that we provide, it's the ability for our clients to know where they are in the pathway, work is performed, and having the data back. It's sort of the communication, but on a digital sense that is the key there. And so that's what we're really seeing is the near future. Long-term future, I think everybody just needs to understand the traceability of what's going to happen, because the more we have the rules and requirements to get a drug onto the market in the long run, you need that traceability, and something like Mosaic really helps that.